Not a good day to be the NRA related to their bankruptcy filing. Stick by and watch this episode of Guns and Gadgets if you want to hear some of the dirt that's involved. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. Let's jump right into this. Most of this information I got from an article I will link down below from the Washington Free Beacon, and Stephen Gutowski does a great job of breaking it down. However, I'll also link the 212-page document that I'm slowly ripping through, and this is the summary of assets that the NRA had to file yesterday in federal bankruptcy court. So I've done a couple of videos on this already. The NRA has filed bankruptcy recently in an attempt to dissolve their charter in New York, because that's where they're chartered, that's where their home base technically is, and move to Texas. Now, during this process, they're hoping to eliminate the lawsuit from the New York State Attorney General, Letitia James, who is trying to dissolve the NRA for misappropriating funds and spending membership dues incorrectly and some tax evasion issues, etc. Now, again, these are all allegations until they're proven, but I mean, a lot of us think that the NRA is spending a little too much. I mean, my most expensive suit might be a $250 Men's Warehouse one. So Wayne LaPierre spending, $3 to $5 million in clothes is kind of crazy, kind of crazy, but that's just my humble opinion. But let's go over some of the stuff in this document and in this article, and you let me know down below, what do you think about some of these expenditures? A company that says they're bankrupt is spending an obscene amount of money, and it might end up blowing up in their face. This bankruptcy might not be allowed to proceed. But I have some notes because there's quite a bit of spending going on. So the NRA has an $80,000 statue of Charlton Heston. $80,000 for a statue of Charlton Heston. Let that sink in. And they paid $15,000 for a painting of him. A painting. 15 grand. Amazing. They have a part of their assets, a 2018 Range Rover for the CFO. That's the treasurer of the NRA. They gave the treasurer a Range Rover. And that is just one of their 71 vehicles fleet. Why does the NRA have 71 vehicles? Down below. I know there are people who watch this that were formerly part of the NRA and boards of directors. Some of them still are. Why are there 71 vehicles in the fleet? There could be a valid reason. But I mean, if I'm personally going bankrupt, if myself is going bankrupt, or my company, Guns and Gadgets Media, is starting to go bankrupt, I'm selling off at least 70 of my 71 vehicles. Just saying. I'm selling off whatever I can, sneakers and jeans. I mean, if I'm going bankrupt, I'm going to try to make things work. But I'm not the NRA. These filings also document that they have prepaid $20,000 to a private jet company. So they have that private jet on standby for Wayne so he can keep going to wherever he goes. All in all, the NRA listed $245 million in assets with $112 million in liabilities. Well, I'm not a bankruptcy lawyer, I'm not an attorney, and I'm definitely not a CFO, and I'm not looking at their numbers at the moment. But if you have $245 million in assets and $112 million in liabilities, maybe that's not a bankruptcy. If you have more than you owe. But again, I could be wrong on all this. I'll say that up front. Now, last week, an NRA board member filed a request with this federal court where the NRA has filed bankruptcy and asked them to appoint a court-appointed examiner to study the NRA's finances. So there's a board member stepping up saying maybe this isn't kosher, or maybe they're just saying, yeah, this is dead on. I don't know. And there's also a class action lawsuit against the NRA by NRA donors, which I've done a video on that as well. Now, there were over 1,000 creditors listed in this document by the NRA. That means they owe money to more than 1,000 people or entities. That's not good. Some of the quick numbers as far as some of the things that they owe money on. There are $3.4 million in back taxes heading back all the way to 2014. And of course, the NRA is challenging that. Nobody really likes to pay the taxes. So they're challenging the amount of $3.4 million in back taxes. But you know, the IRS, they're going to get their money. Also, they owe millions and millions of dollars to merchandise companies and fundraising companies. And some of that, small part of that is $1.4 million for the membership marketing partners company, $500,000 to the Communications Corporation of America, $500,000 to Global New Beginnings Incorporated, $180,000 to, get this one, $180,000 to Wayne LaPierre Expense Reports Reserve. Now that company is operated out of NRA headquarters in Virginia, and right now we don't have any more information on that, but is this another way for Wayne LaPierre to just make another 180 grand? The NRA also says they're involved in more than a dozen lawsuits, to include the big ones that we're aware of, Ackerman McQueen and Chris Cox, among others. They also, some of the other liabilities they have, this is all attorneys. $600,000 to the Bradley Arant Bolt Cummings LLP, $250,000, and these are $250,000 to Briglia Hunley, $375,000 to Kirkland and Ellis LLP, and get this, and this is a company that says they're bankrupt, right? In the 90 days before filing bankruptcy, 90 days, they paid attorney Bill Brewer, who was their chief external counsel, more than $12 million in 90 days. That is one hell of a paycheck. He must be doing fantastic work. Again, I'm not looking at how the bills are for this and how they're paying out, but if I'm going bankrupt, I'm going to work with my attorneys. Or when I realize that my attorney's costing me $12 million for 90 days, I might change a couple things. But again, I'm not privy to running the NRA. But that is something that just came out. And like I said, there's a 222-page document, which I will attach in the description down below, as well as this article, so you can pen through it for yourself. What do you guys and gals think of the NRA? Legit, what do you think down below about the NRA and this bankruptcy? I think there's way too much of a void that would be created if the NRA were to just disappear overnight. But let me hear what you think. And just don't do it emotionally, like, the hell with the NRA, they should crash and burn. Think about it logically. If the NRA disappears, what's going to fill that void? And let's have a chat down below. Thank you to each and every one of you that watch my videos, that comment, that hit the likes, all the things, the thing, the like, subscribe, and forwarding the videos. It really means a lot. It really helps a lot, and you're the reason I keep doing this. So please continue to watch this channel. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon, and if you want to stay in the know with the constant attack on our right to keep and bear arms, subscribe to Guns and Gadgets. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.